What if the very air aliens breathe, the water they drink, and even the ground they walk on, become their gravest enemy? We're not talking about human resistance, but something far more insidious. Uncover the astonishing truth. Earth's microbial ecosystems are a bioweapon aliens are completely unprepared for, turning them into humanity's most powerful, unwitting allies. Imagine a scene ripped from our darkest science fiction nightmares. Colossal starships descend from the heavens, casting long, ominous shadows over our greatest cities. Their technology is light years ahead of our own, their weapons capable of leveling entire continents in a single, silent flash. Humanity stands on the brink of total subjugation, our armies rendered obsolete, our defenses utterly shattered. But as these interstellar invaders take their first triumphant steps onto our world, they encounter an enemy they never anticipated, one that is invisible, omnipresent, and lethally indifferent to their advanced power. This enemy isn't human. It's the countless trillions of microorganisms that have called Earth home for billions of years. Every alien species, no matter how advanced, is a product of its own unique evolutionary journey. Their biology, their immune systems, and their internal chemistry are all finely tuned to the specific conditions of their home planet. They would have co-evolved with their own native microbes, developing a delicate, symbiotic relationship over eons. But Earth is an entirely different biological battleground. Our planet is teeming with a staggering diversity of bacteria, viruses, fungi, and archaea. They populate every square inch of our environment, from the deepest ocean trenches to the highest mountain peaks, and even within our own bodies. To us, they are a fundamental part of life. To an extraterrestrial, they are an uncatalogued arsenal of potential pathogens. Consider the simple act of breathing. An alien explorer, stepping out of their sterile vessel, would inhale a cocktail of airborne microbes that our lungs have learned to manage over millennia. For their unadapted immune system, this could be catastrophic. Common bacteria like Streptococcus or Staphylococcus, which a healthy human can often fight off with ease, could trigger a runaway infection, overwhelming their biological defenses before they even understand what's happening. The very air they need to survive would become a poison, a vector for a biological assault their advanced science has no reference for. The threat doesn't stop there. A sip of water from a seemingly pristine stream would introduce them to a universe of aquatic microorganisms. From E. coli to Giardia, what might cause a temporary upset stomach in a human could prove to be a fatal dysentery for a being whose gut flora is entirely alien. Even the soil beneath their feet is a minefield. Contact with Earth's dirt could expose them to tetanus, spores, or countless fungal agents that their bodies have no natural immunity against. Every interaction with our biosphere becomes a game of Russian roulette, where the bullet is a microscopic organism. This concept isn't just theoretical. It's a fundamental principle of biology known as evolutionary immunology. An immune system is like a library of past threats. It remembers pathogens it has encountered before and mounts a swift, effective defense. An alien immune system would arrive with an empty library. It wouldn't recognize Earth's microbes as threats until it's far too late. The invaders' bodies would be fighting a war on millions of fronts against enemies they cannot see and do not understand, while our own bodies coexist with these same organisms, often benefiting from them. In this scenario, humanity's greatest weakness, our dirty and biologically complex world, becomes our ultimate strength. The very forces of evolution that shaped life on this planet would rise to become its silent guardians. The alien empire, with all its technological might, would find itself brought to its knees not by lasers or explosions, but by the sniffles, the fevers, and the infections caused by Earth's oldest and most numerous inhabitants. They came to conquer a planet, but they would instead be conquered by its biology. Discover how these unseen forces could orchestrate the downfall of a galactic civilization, proving that in the fight for survival, the smallest soldiers can be the most decisive. What if the very air aliens breathe, the water they drink, and even the ground they walk on, become their gravest enemy? We're not talking about human resistance, but something far more insidious. Uncover the astonishing truth. Earth's microbial ecosystems are a bioweapon aliens are completely unprepared for, turning them into humanity's most powerful, unwitting allies. Imagine the scenario. Colossal starships descend from the heavens, casting long, ominous shadows over our greatest cities. Advanced beings, clad in sleek envirosuits, emerge with technology that renders our most formidable weapons obsolete. They've planned for every contingency. They've calculated every variable of human military strategy and anticipated every form of resistance. But in their meticulous preparation for galactic conquest, they overlook the most fundamental and pervasive force on our planet, the microscopic life that teems in every drop of water, every speck of dust, and every breath of air. This is the story of how humanity's tiniest, oldest inhabitants could become the silent saviors of our world. For billions of years, life on Earth has been locked in a relentless evolutionary arms race. Bacteria, viruses, fungi, and archaea have been competing, cooperating, and co-evolving with every multicellular organism, including us. Our immune systems are the product of this eons-long struggle, finely tuned to identify and neutralize a dizzying array of local pathogens. We carry trillions of microbes on and inside our bodies, a complex microbiome that is essential for our survival. This intricate biological network is our planet's unique immune signature, a planetary defense system forged in the crucible of evolution. To an extraterrestrial visitor, whose biology developed in a completely sterile or alien microbial environment, this signature is not just foreign, it's a death sentence. Consider the invaders as they first set foot on Earth's soil. Their advanced suits might protect them initially, but containment can never be absolute. A single microscopic breach in a seal, a moment of exposure to unfiltered air, or the consumption of seemingly purified local water could unleash chaos on their biology. A simple rhinovirus which gives a human a mild cold could prove catastrophically lethal to a species with no evolved defenses against it. The influenza virus, a master of mutation that keeps our own scientists on their toes, would be an unstoppable plague, tearing through their ranks with horrifying speed and efficiency. Their bodies lacking the specific antibodies and cellular memory to fight back would be completely defenseless. The attack wouldn't just be viral. The very ground they walk on is a battlefield of bacterial warfare. Common soil bacteria like Clostridium tetani, which causes tetanus in unprotected humans, could find a welcoming, undefended host in an alien's bloodstream. A small cut or abrasion could become a gateway for an agonizing and fatal infection. Even the water they might try to process and drink, teeming with microbes like E. coli or Vibrio cholerae, would become a biological poison. These organisms, which our own systems have learned to tolerate or combat, would overwhelm their gastrointestinal tracts, leading to severe illness and rapid dehydration. Every part of Earth's environment would become a minefield, a biological trap set not by human hands, but by the very nature of life itself. This concept isn't just a flight of fancy. It's grounded in the biological principle of coevolution. Life adapts to its specific environment, and visitors from a distant star, no matter how intelligent or technologically superior, are no exception. They would be like sterile lab rats released into a sewer completely unprepared for the pathogenic onslaught. The vast genetic diversity of Earth's microbes means that for every potential alien biology, there is likely a microbe that can exploit it. This microbial army requires no command structure, no supply lines, and no grand strategy. It is a decentralized, self-replicating, and utterly relentless defense force, operating on a scale so small it's invisible, yet so powerful it could bring an interstellar empire to its knees. So, as we gaze at the stars and wonder about the civilizations that might exist beyond our world, we must also look down at the unseen world beneath our feet and within our bodies. In the face of a hypothetical cosmic threat, humanity's ultimate defense may not be found in our arsenals or our armies. Discover how Earth's tiniest inhabitants, our silent and unwitting allies, could turn the tide against an interstellar empire.